Hello YouTube and welcome to Prime Productions. I'm here to help enhance your tabletop gaming experience. If you're new to this channel, I primarily cover Paizo tabletop role-playing games like Pathfinder and Starfinder. And welcome back to Quick Takes, where I talk about one small aspect of Pathfinder for a few minutes. Today I wanted to talk about something that I've seen a few people in the Paizo space get a little upset over, and that is the death of Gorum. So yeah, if you didn't know, the Pathfinder deity of Gorum, god of warfare and battle, recently died over the course of several Paizo products. Don't worry, this doesn't mean that the concept of warfare is dead in the Pathfinder world of Golarion. That's not how Paizo deities work. Instead, just the god of warfare is dead. Now this leads to a lot of new and interesting story opportunities, but also some people are upset because they either like playing their cleric of Gorum or they were planning on playing a follower of Gorum. So today I wanted to talk about a few quick alternative options for a Gorum-like deity that one could take up. Now, nothing is going to 100% take the place of Gorum, but these options can stand in for an aspect of Gorum. There's a lot to choose from, so I've narrowed it down to just 3 for this video. At the end of the video, I'll list off a few more options, but I wanted to deep dive into 3 in particular. First off, we have General Susumu from the Tianjia World Guide. He's all about the brutality of war and reveling in it. That being said, he's not a bloodthirsty monster. He just feels that war is war and it is brutal. And if you're good at it, you should celebrate it. Before the remaster, he was evil, and now his followers may, but are not forced to, sanctify unholy. His edicts and anathemas are actually pretty easy to follow. Basically, seek battle, boast about your accomplishments in battle, and protect yourself and yours. Anathemas are to cower or run away from a fight you have a chance of winning, and it's anathema to mistreat your weapons of war, including your mount if you have one. Upsides of General Susumu are that he's a pretty good stand-in for Gorum. He encourages battle and boasting about battle. Also, his edicts and anathemas are pretty easy to follow. You could even make a fairly good guy cleric or champion of the general if you wanted to. Downsides are that his font is harm, so if you're a cleric, no free heal spells to get your party back up and into the fight. Also, his favorite weapon is the longbow, so war priests that want to get up in someone's face and bash with a melee weapon may be disappointed. Moving on to our next character, we have this guy? I'm not going to be able to pronounce that, I'm sorry. He or they are known as the three-headed god of raiding. Essentially, they are a Viking god. Okay, not literally, they are not Norse-themed, but they are all about coastal raiding and stealing from other communities so your community can survive. So like, Viking adjacent? They are all about reveling in violence in service of your community. Also, they believe that violence is a force of change and a way to prevent stagnation. Upsides are that, again, like the general, their edicts and anathemas are not too onerous. Edicts are basically just to fight when you need to protect your community. Anathemas are to fight without reason, destroy nature for no reason, and it is anathema to not raid when your community needs a raid to survive. They also are a pretty good stand-in for Gorum, especially if the aspect of Gorum you want to follow is kind of like just fighting on a personal level and not all-out war. Also, the deific weapon is either a kris, those wavy knives, or a gun. Specifically an arquebus, so if you want your cleric to get their hands on a gun, this is a way. Downsides are, again, harm font, so no free heal spells. Also, again, if you want a face-bashing cleric, the kris isn't a great weapon. Last deity we are going to cover today is actually not a deity. What if I were to tell you that Gorum was part of a group of war gods, and that, as far as I know, that group is still around, just without Gorum? Well, dear listeners, let me introduce you to Sorrow's Sword. Sorrow's Sword is a pantheon, or a group of gods that you can worship as one entity. So yeah, Sorrow's Sword is a group of deities, Erasni, Iomede, Regathiel, Vildeus, and formerly Gorum, who formed a group. And a cleric can worship that group as if it was a single deity. Sorrow's Sword is all about charging into battle against evil and giving it your all to win, channeling all their hatred for injustice into righteous vengeance, all of that stuff. So if you're looking for a battle deity that is wholly aligned and even that used to have Gorum in it, I would look no farther than Sorrow's Sword. upside of Saro's sword is pretty good. It allows either the heal or harm fonts, so you can finally get those free healing spells as a cleric. Also, the favored weapon is the Bastard Sword, which is pretty great for war priests wanting to beat face. You can two-hand it for a d12 damage like a greatsword, or you can one-hand it like a longsword so you can still have a shield. Take your pick. Downside is that Saro's sword probably has the most demanding edicts and anathemas of any of the options we've discussed today. Edicts are to charge headlong into battle, especially against evil, and always remember your fallen allies. Anathemas are to cower from battle, abandon your allies in need, and importantly, you cannot forgive those who have committed grave offenses. So, I guess Sarenrae isn't a fan of this pantheon. Real quick, I wanted to point out a few other options. Angrad is the dwarven god of battle. He's got the heal font, and Great Axe is his weapon. Some of the members of Saro's sword also work as war deities by themselves, such as Regathiel and Iomede. Chilindra is the halfling god of battle, and she's all about challenging oppressors. Ciuda is a Vudrani goddess of strategic battle and is all about being tactical. There's also a slew of orc deities that just came out in the Player's Guide for Triumph of the Tusk, a new adventure path as of the posting of this video. Anyway, some of those deities are battle-oriented, like Varg, the orc deity of military innovation and inventions. Anyway, I know nothing can replace Gorum for Gorumites, but at least there are a few options for people to have a Gorum-like cleric or champion. But let me know what you think. Is there a deity that in particular piqued your curiosity? Let me know in the comments below. And while you're down there, make sure to like and subscribe. That tells not only me, but also YouTube that you like this kind of content and would like to see more. And until next time, thank you, good luck, and happy gaming!